Hello and welcome to the second page vlog of the Religion of Self-Enlightenment, my cult sensation, quote, debut novel, which is, quote, selling out across the region, according to the Cambridge News. On the first page we were introduced to a very vapid man who shields himself from understanding by an act of being boring, essentially. Page 2 we'll see this character expanded upon. Here we go. As a result, he had grown afraid and learned to disdain and strongly doubt anything besides that which he had been told by other people. Acquiescence was his shield against the violence he felt surrounded by. If ever a situation arose, complex and nuanced, which required more of him than to be an incarnate reiteration, he simply learnt more things to repeat, and did so with an added passion. He had no idea what it was to be original, to exist. Yet, like most of Carrick's highest dreams about himself, the desire to be impenetrable to others was a hopeless self-deceit. For Carrick, Aries was a total phenomenon. In truth, he could never be anything he chose. He could be anything he chose to be. Yet he pretended not to know this. It became clear after a while that courting ignorance was not clever. He reached the point in early adulthood by which the buried accumulation of thoughts he'd been unwilling to think about had gathered and joined into vast tectonic plates beneath the surface of his world. They grew steadily and rubbed against one another daily, and without heed of his desire or any warning provided, they would erupt. He would be out in the most peaceful of settings, and it would happen. That which he was seeing, hearing, touching, or tasting would suddenly dissolve into the background, while to the foreground burst screaming, violent visions of what he wanted to be, what was unfulfilled in himself, and how far he was from these things. He would cry and tell himself, "It's natural to feel this way," yet it was a lie he could barely contain along with all the others. It was just something he had heard and repeated without hesitation. He cried again at what he had been given to quieten himself with, because yes, it was clear to all who knew him, that the soul within him had much emotion. He just did not know how to express it, had not been told how. In contrast to what might be expected in such circumstances, Carrick was no man of faith, thank God. Yet neither was he a man of no faith, poor souls. No, he was a man of the curiously strange times in which he was living. He had simply never really thought about being either. That concludes page 2 of the Religion of Self-Enlightenment, and there we see the introduction of the character's faith, or lack thereof. He finds it very difficult to side with one perspective or another. He finds himself caught in a battleground of belief and chooses neither side. I'm sure we can, some of us can empathise with that point of view, being as we are all caught in the battleground of belief in this world. If you like what you hear, tune in tomorrow or buy the book from Amazon. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.